But we'll hit it into the next game. Kevin's choice of civilization just gets better and better and better. He's now gone for Malta, widely regarded as one of the worst civs in the game at the moment. And Julian has opted to go for Portugal, all regarded as one of the best civs in the game. So we've got that dynamic now of best/worst. We'll see how Kevin decides to play this. I do feel like Malta have a good chance against Portugal if they can take it into the late game. It's just the problem with Portugal is that they scale better to a degree just because of the free TCs. They currently have Feitorias, but I don't actually know if this is Izad's tournament. Then you can't actually, you won't actually be able to use Feitorias. So that is a nice nerf. Might be seeing some water play though from Julian, so that might be his intention. Is opting to go for an early trade post. That's interesting. So I'm going to hazard a guess. We're going to see a 10-10 from Portugal here. You'd love to see it. And I'm also going to take another guess that Julian is going to be going for boat play and that his first shipment will be schooners. I can almost guarantee you we're going to see schooners. So I think we're going to see a 10-10 water boom here. Yeah, he is going to be aging up very, very quickly. Around the 2-minute mark, I imagine. Just over. Kevin is obviously going to see this when his scout actually gets there. The problem is at the moment, in the current meta with Portugal, that could mean anything. I've seen people chop for 100 wood and then age up with 14. I've seen people do the standard 13 age up. I've seen people now do 10-10. Malta going for a trade post himself. Quite a late trade post, I have to say. Quite a late trade post. But a very greedy trade post, I think. Going for hunting dogs first. Normally, you only do one or the other. You only go for the hunting dogs or you go for the TP. You're not able to normally go for both. So he does look like he's either gotten a good wood treasure. We can't, unfortunately, my enter button won't let me see past treasures. However, it looks like he might have just chopped for wood then. It does look like we see the one there. So maybe that was a sign of him over chopping. Nice 100 food coming in for Julian, so that's gonna be insane age up time. Oh, it didn't come in quite in time. That's unfortunate. Imagine if that came in 30 seconds earlier. Wow, that would be insane. Let's have a look. This settler, is it gonna be a herding explorer or is it gonna be a dock explorer? I think we know the answers to that one. So I think that's gonna be building some docks. He's gonna be putting everyone on wood. You already know what it is, ladies and gents. He is, however, gone for Feitoria's first card. I did see that wood slightly going up and that gold with that trickle. So we know this isn't Izad's tournament. But it is a best of 7 between these two absolute beasts. I think we're going to see Schooner's second card. So I think this is very well planned out. And that's the advantage of being able to go for TP so early on. He's going to get that second card in and he's going to be able to get Schooners. He'll get schooners in by the time he's sort of got his second and third dock up. I imagine we'll see a 400 wood age up as well. House going down, wants to start getting that villager production as soon as he ages up. Let's take a look at Kevin. Nice 75 food. Going heavy on wood as well. I presume he's going to go for the German tongue. This seems to be somewhat the meta. People can't really make up their minds. I've done some interesting fast fortress builds, but the problem is you just lack tempo compared to other civs in fortress. You also lack eco as well. So German tongue is a way around that. Going to go for 450 wood. Going to get German tonguing, and I presume, knowing Kevin, he will go for building the extra 3 settler wagons as well. We'll keep an eye on that, but very nice other than that. Some good herding coming in here. Market going down. I imagine we'll see hunting dogs and gang sword coming in. They're going to be the 2 important upgrades. 700 wood is his first shipment. Only 1 dock at the moment. Not sure where his village has gone either. Bringing it all the way back. Does want to get... Definitely wants to get more... Oh, okay, so Schooner's only just coming in now. Interesting build order. Interesting build order. Do we like this placement of the TC? Yeah, it's not a bad placement. I mean, you've got this little nook and cranny up here. you really want to get that TC, in my opinion. You want to get it really close as possible to defend the shoreline as best as possible. But maybe he wants to do it. He just wants to cover this tree line here because that's where the villagers are going to be popping out at. So, you know, a nice TC placement. Going to be very aggressive on the water. Kevin being a cheeky boy over here, stealing the treasure from behind Julian's base. The German tongue commandery wagon is very aggressive. Yeah, and there's all three. Wow, he just lined them all up. Love it. So all three of them are coming in. First shipment is going to be Wigner Court. So going to have insane eco right now. Remember, Wigner Court doesn't work just the aura around TCs. It also is the aura around commandery wagons. So he's going to essentially have 5 settler wagons all benefiting from this Wigner Court. So essentially 10 villagers with the 30% boost. I believe it's still 30%. Oh no, it's only... Is it 30%? I remember it worked around 30% for food. I could be wrong because it may have been changed. But 10 villagers with a 30% buff is like 13 villagers, right? So if he is allowed to get away with this for free, he's going to also have a very, very strong eco. However, is it going to be able to compete against the big boy water boom? We'll have to wait and see. So a bit of a cautious water boom from Julian. I have kind of seen, you know, the likes of Revnak and other strong water play boomers who, you know, will have 3 or even 4 docks, like Kinesi, for example, and they will have almost double the boats out at this sort of time. So it does look like a bit of a cautious water boom from Julian. He is setting up some more infrastructure. He is kind of making some musketeers on top of that as well. So, you know, that's good. He's probably a little bit worried that there might be some cav raids coming in. He probably does see the commandery wagon, yeah. So maybe he's a little bit worried about some cavalry raids coming out from there. So wants to get some pikes or maybe some musketeers out. Going for an early fortress as well, by the looks of it. Not like really has gone for 34 villagers now. And we'll take a look how many boats he's got. He's got 12 boats, which isn't really a lot considering he's quite heavily invested. He's sent schooners. He's sent 700 wood. He does have Fatorias, though. He does have 2 TCs producing villagers. And he's thought, you know what? That's enough boats for me. I don't need to worry about it anymore. And fair enough. And it's still a pretty darn good age up time. I imagine he's going to be aging up quick. He does have the shipment in queue. So I'd be surprised if it's anything other than the Exile Prince, which it is. Some Sentinels coming out now. Sentinel. Was talking about these in the last game. Very good early form of Musketeers because they're cheaper. They're 60 food and 40 gold. But a lot of their cost comes from their extra population space. So it's almost like Sentinel's cost is the extra pop. And in turn, that does have a cost because you need more population, so you need more houses, etc., etc. So very, very effective early game. However, they drop off very much in the late game. Looks like he was probably going to be able to take down this TP. The agent coming in for Portugal now. Wow, very aggressive TC. I wonder where this is going to go. He does see these Sentinels, so this is very brave. And we might see the depot if Kevin sees it quick enough. Go on, set it alight, come on. Oh, he's missed it. Yeah, he missed it. What an opportunity. What an opportunity. It wouldn't have taken anything down, but he could have done a lot of damage to these 6 Musketeers. Such a shame. Such a shame. However, the thing about depots is they're not just used for their explosion. Gunpowder infantry, like Sentinels, have a bonus of their rate of fire when they're around depots. So they're not completely useless, and if he fights around these depots, he will have an increase in rate of fire. So they are free, and I believe it goes to around 2.7. Something around that line. So nothing major. Does need to back up because there's some Cazadors out now. And they will absolutely melt these Sentinels. Going for another depot up here. It'd be great if he can get that. I'm sure Julian sees it getting built. He does. And he wants to get there. Is he going to get there? Does have 860 HP. These have more HP than normal explorers because these are generals, essentially. They're not normal heroes. That's really nice. Oh, if he instantly set that alight and then used the explorer to snare them, I think we could have seen some nice damage. Once again, I feel like Kevin, he's had 2 opportunities now. Which is a shame. But maybe he's saving it for something. Maybe he wants it for line of sight, or maybe he wants to fight around them to use the extra rate of fire. He's got another depot up here, so it's clearly like a perimeter he's setting up for line of sight. So if we take a quick look at Kevin, he's got, look, these depots give really good line of sight. They, like I said, they also give a buff to sentinels. And you can see there, it is 2.7 rate of fire whilst they're in their radius. So, you know, you don't want to be going near depots full stop, you know. But let alone with sentinels in the vicinity. He's going to have these organ guns now, destroying these depots. In a sense, that's cost him 100 resources to get that depot down. It has given him the awareness that 3 organ guns are out, though. So Kevin's going to see that. So he now knows he needs to have a way of dealing with the organ guns. More depots going down. Another TP going down. You love to see it from Kevin. And I'll tell you another good thing about depots. I don't want to act like I'm just talking about depots, but they buy you a lot of time. And this is one thing I've learned. In my opinion, the best player for Malta at the moment is probably Gimmick. And he sets a lot. He likes to play with a lot of these depots as well. And it really buys you a lot of time, because you can't just dive into these things. And you have to fight. You have to have a way of ranging them. And, you know, it's still 1,200 HP. You have to unpack your artillery. You have to pack it up again. You have to go to the next one. And it feels like the whole point of this is to buy Kevin as much time as possible. And the longer you give Malta, the longer you give them the opportunity to get the best expos in the game. So very nice from Kevin here. Getting some culverins out now as well. Still building some sentinels. So looking like he's going for kind of a Musk Falk, Lionheart type composition. 20 boats now strong now for Julian. So he is building more boats now as well. Is stacking heavy resources. Wants to be careful he doesn't stack too many and get caught with his pants down. Oh, and 3 organ guns. Crazy micro there. Absolutely brilliant micro there. 3 organ guns. See you later. Good night. Ah, so the response now from Julian is to get down these walls. If Kevin sees these walls early, he's going to probably think, right, he's probably on the water. He probably wants to go to industrial. And can we mention that Kevin is also industrial? When did I miss that, guys? When did I miss that? I must have completely missed that somehow. Obviously went for the 1,000 coin, and then went for 9 sentinels, Pandors as well. No, I don't think he's gone for the Pandors. Oh no, so he literally aged up and just went for the 1,000 coin and aged up. Interesting. So, I mean, this is like I said at the start, this is the problem. You know, if I wasn't talking about depots the whole time, maybe we would have got to see it. Simlow in chat. Yeah, I know. I did feel like it was necessary to talk about depots though, because they're a very effective tool to give yourself time. And Malta up in score. What is going on? What is going on? Not going full water and dedicating everything to the water may cost Julian here. I think he's really underestimating Malta's late game here. A 4 is gone up as well, just to protect that shore as well. Wow, so looking really, really good for Kevin at the moment. He's on 45 vills as well. Yeah, doesn't matter how good of a civ you are at booming, you do not want to give Malta any time whatsoever. The more time you give them, the more hurt it's going to bring. So 1 TC going down. Don't forget that Fatorius is in as well, so it's not just the 500 wood worth of taking the TC down. It is the trickle that the TC provides right now. So, you know, extra bonus for Kevin there. Depot's going in right next to the TC here. You do need, I believe you need 2 or 3 at least depots to kill a villager. But with 200 HP, yeah, you're going to need probably 4 or 5. But still, it's nice just to plonk it there, just to keep an eye on things. Really good, really effective line of sight buildings. Wow, and a battleship, ladies and gentlemen, coming in. Morgan's flagship coming in for Malta. Who doesn't like to see a good old-fashioned fight on the sea? And it does. I don't think there's any caravels or frigates for Portugal. No. So that battleship, with the TC going down as well now, that battleship is just going to have absolutely free reign. And if the battleship sees everything up here, oh, it's going to do so much damage. We're going to have a bit of an artillery war going on here. We know how good Julian, I personally know firsthand how good Julian's artillery treaty game is. But, oh, it doesn't matter how good it is. If you don't see things and you get fired, you don't fire first. Oh, and these culverins are just ending up in a really bad place. This is great pressure. Really, really great pressure from Kevin here. He does have a lot of Cassadors, but he needs to find a way to deal with these Falconairs. These Sentinels now, really beast experience. He doesn't have the age 4 up for the Musketeers, though. That could be a problem, because he does have a lot of them. I imagine at some point Kevin's going to want to transition into Expos and Pike. Organ guns coming out now. We do have the Industrial Age just coming in for Julian. He has got another artillery foundry, so I presume we will be seeing some more culverins coming out there. Just going to be massing, taking down all this infrastructure. Still only... Oh, no. I tell a lie. We're just on 2 TCs now for Kevin. Wow. Very ballsy to send a wagon, a factory wagon first card. Normally you would see something like 2 heavy cannons, which Portugal could really deal with. But he doesn't have it in his deck. You don't have 2 heavy cannons in your deck. Julian. You are a rascal, my man. That takes some balls, not going to lie. Nice Falconet spam coming in here. He does see those. Oh, that was a really nice pick. But 2 go down. And don't forget that Malta have essentially the best culverins in the game. The extra 2% on every unit. The HP buff per card that you send is really, really coming into play now. Those Musketeers are really whittling down. Oh, he has to move it. Oh, my word. Oh, my word. Julian is not going to be happy about that. The factory going down for free. That is going to be so painful. Oh, that hurt my heart a little bit. That was really, really painful. He is going to try for the flank, but decides not to. The organ guns aren't quite there. This is insane value for Kevin here. Taking that factory down could cost Julian the game. The scores are tight. The scores are still tight. Julian is still in this. He still has the water, but the battleship is doing some damage. Look at this beauty. It's just a thing of beauty, isn't it? Look at these cannons on the back. Look at that. Mwah, mwah. Age of Empires 3 devs, whoever designed this, I will kiss you. I would like to kiss you because that is just art right there. Okay, so Kevin now backing off. Has absolutely got some insane value out of everything he's done. We'll take a quick look over to Kevin. He does see all this infrastructure going down here now. So maybe, thanks to this depot, so maybe he's going to want to move down here. He sees that there's a lot of infrastructure, so maybe he wants to pressure down here. And speak of the devil, it looks like he does. Yeah. Oh, culverins coming out. Oh, but these battleships are a beast. And he just goes, do you know what? I don't care about you, culverins. Come at me, bro. Come at me. Looks like he may take one down there. Yeah, doesn't want to stand too close to it. You know, just casually tanking 3 or 4 culverin shots and, you know, just strolling away. Why not? The battleship's done everything it needs to do. The battleship has done everything it needs to do. It's taken down the entire water for Julian now. Score is edging ahead for Kevin. So, again, he's on 70 Vil strong. Really going to have to see how Malta's going to deal with this. How Julian's going to deal with this as Portugal. Now, this is what I was saying earlier. He used up the Sentinels, and I think now he wants to transition into his Expos, which is what he has done. He has got the card Steel Bolts, which lets them, you know, essentially take down buildings for free, which is insane, you know. It essentially makes them sort of half an Arrow Knight, half an Expo. Julian coming in, but not finding any luck. That depot is going to be really nice cover for him, and it's going to provide really good line of sight once again. Not really sure what Julian's got in his bag to deal with this. More walls going up. Looks like he wants to try and take this to the late game as best as he can. Wants to try and keep these herds safe as well. Building some nice walls. However, he's going to run into trouble. No more gold mines by the looks of it. Going very heavy on the wood line here. It does have one gold mine, but there's only got a silver mine. I apologize. 250 gold left. You got to remember as well, these are all wood. These expos, they all cost wood at this stage. So, Malta's very, very happy to sit back and just thought, I've got all the trees I need, buddy. Whilst, on the other hand, Julian's got all gold. All his units are all, all gold musketeers, the artillery, the Cassadors. Yeah, I mean, looking very, very tasty. I would like to now see Kevin. Oh, and there comes the treaty experience. Insane artillery play there, just completely catching him off guard. Does somewhat have the defender's advantage because he has the line of sight increase. Oh, wow, look at that. Just creeping forward to pick off the field guns as well. Really, really nice play. These Expos are going to put up a really good fight against the Cassadors and Musketeers, but I don't know if he's got enough. The Culverins are going to do somewhat decent damage as well. But look at these Expos. They're just standing their ground. Just about backing them out. And here come the horse artillery. So, although Malta, very good late game civilization, we've got Julian, the treaty player, who's a very good late game player. So, this is going to be good. This is going to be interesting. I think, I want to say Julian might have the advantage if this goes really late game. However, he is down one factory now. So, that could cost him. However, he is Mr. Late Game player. He is the treaty god, Floco himself. So this could be simple. But on the other hand, Kevin's no slouch himself in the late game. Definitely a top player for a reason. Yep, just picking up all the Expo cards now. And once all those Expo cards come in, they are gonna be trouble to deal with. Because Expo's somewhat soft counter Cassadors and skirmish units in general, just because they're kind of cheaper. They tend to have a higher base damage, or they have the same base damage, but they are a cheaper unit. Mixing in some Hussars here as well, and remember these are order Hussars, so they essentially get got a little wiggle, no jiggle. These Hussars get free upgrades per age, so always good to see some of them out. Native building coming in here, so the Huron. So we'll see if he wants to get some of the mantlets, which I think in the late game the mantlets can definitely prove worthwhile. Mantlets do tank an insane amount of damage. They did get buffed recently as well, so maybe we'll see some mantlets come in for Kevin here. Maybe he just wants to go for the trade monopoly. That could be his win condition here. I would really like to see that come out now. Especially as he's keeping him busy. Here. Yeah, running into some trouble. And, I mean, Julian arguably has the best artillery micro in the game. So, to contest him in the artillery, especially without Culverins yourself, is you're going to have a hard time. Trying to get some field guns up now. Is he going to see it? Looks like he's backing off, so probably not. He does have a lot of Culverins, so I don't think these field guns are going to do too much. You got to get that trade monopoly in, Kevin. You have to get that trade monopoly in. It's now or never. And I think if he does go for the trade monopoly, he wants to spam as many Culverins as he possibly can. Oh, that field gun. Oh, baby, a triple. You love to see it. Oh, and he's just in range. Look at that. He's just in range. Oh, I thought he was going to get seen over shot there. That would have been right on the little tipper. It would be nice to see a couple more of these fixed guns go down. So if we kind of set up another fixed gun down here, set up a couple more depots as well, maybe a fixed gun down here, maybe walled up here, he'd have a really good chance at doing the trade monopoly. Other than one Cree settlement up here, and this is another one. He has to take down. He would have to take down at least 2 TPs, I believe. He couldn't just take down one. No, he'd have to take down 2 DPs to stop the majority. So, you know, that would take some doing from Julian to do that. Yo, Big Harrison in chat, how you doing? The score, I believe, is 1-1. I missed the first game, unfortunately, but the second game was an absolute banger. We got to see some intense Mexico FF. Wow, okay, so the howitzers are already out. And this is what I was saying. I feel like the longer Kevin waits for the trade monopoly, the worse it's going to get for him. Okay, so the 2 fixed gun wagon coming out now. Really nice. Okay, so he's setting up that perimeter. Holdor is coming out to play. I wonder where this one's going to go. Okay, yeah, that's nice as well. Really just dominating the map. These culverins have 429 HP. Look, they're almost 100 extra HP. So, regardless how good Julian's artillery micro is, I don't think he's got a chance if Kevin just masses enough of these culverins because they're just better. And speak of the devil, as I say that, my wish comes true. And 4 more culverins come out. I should call them basilisk, but they are essentially up culverins. The field gun getting involved now as well. Oh, Julian is just... This is just a headache. Boom! In it comes. You love to see it. You love to see it. Get that trade monopoly, Kevin. Come on. Get that trade monopoly in there. He doesn't have the 2 forts, unfortunately. Or he doesn't have any other cards to produce forts, which is a bit of a shame because I believe Malta can get around 5 or 6 forts, which is pretty insane. Wow, just the pressure with the culverins now. Even going to start pressuring the eco of Julian. And remember, he only has 1 factory. And look, he's now almost 20k score in front. And a large part of that is not having that factory is really causing Julian to fall behind here. Well, we got some more wiggle. These basilisks just way too strong. 429 HP compared to 350. And they have a better bombard attack as well. So, yeah, just these culverins really, really insane. And it's going to take 2 for 2. 2 and 1. Some not great micro there by Kevin, but... Oh, go on, Kevin. Don't let that... Oh, there we go. Cav just slamming in now. Still needs to deal with these heavy horse guns. Oh, wow, that's... Yeah, and this may be the GG call right now. 20k score difference. And boom, there it is. Unbelievably impressed with Kevin. Unbelievably impressed. He even started to go for some boats himself that game. Was actually macroing to go for the Imperial Age as well. So, really, really well played by Kevin here. Again, this is the problem. Like I said, you know, even though Portugal are considered the best civilization in the game at the moment, you cannot afford to allow Malta to get into the late game. Because although Malta are weak, they take a long time to get up and ready. If you leave them to the late game, they will destroy you. Really, really, really well played to Kevin there. Take a quick look at the statistics. And I feel like Julian played it too safe on the water as well. I feel like Julian could have gone straight for Schooner's first card, bang, into 3, even 4 docks, and just absolutely just demolish the fish from the sea. And it would have really, really skyrocketed his resources. And, you know, but he didn't. He played it a bit safe. And I don't think it paid off for him. Yo, Big Harrison, how you doing? Invite me, big boy. Yo, you want to come in for the... for some casting? Nice. So, yeah, really, really well played. We'll take a quick look at all resources gathered. Again, look, it was close, but then you let Malta go. Boom. See you later.